Hey everyone, it's Mark Wiens. Hope you're having an amazing day. I'm in Tel Aviv and today we're going on an amazing food tour. We're gonna eat some of the best hummus in the city and then go on a tour of the local market. So stay tuned for some incredibly delicious food. Before we start eating, I want to say a special thank you to my friend David Khalifa for showing you and I some of the best places to eat in Tel Aviv. He's known as the Hungry Tourist, and his passion for food, and especially the people who prepare it, shines. So keep watching this video all the way to the end to find some of the best gems of food in Tel Aviv. To begin with, we drove over to Jaffa, and Jaffa is the old, ancient, historical port on the coast. And we're on our way to a restaurant called Abu Hassan, which we've just arrived to. And they're known for having one of the standards of hummus.
He's the main chef.
Hi. Oh, cool.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
And
Chickpeas?
chickpeas.
Yes. This is masabacha. Masabacha, good.
مبروك الأرض دومي
وهي دنيا ربنا
مبروك الأرض اسمع والله العظيم عندها شعر بصدرها هنا من شعر.
Bye bye. Nice to meet you.
And actually, they're known for hummus, and they have a few different variations of hummus, and they also have ful, which are fava beans, and then that's mainly what you eat here. And they prepare everything in the back. Everything is fresh. Everything is handmade. There's some parsley on there. There's a little bit of paprika and some spice, and then finally some olive oil. Okay, so you gotta first add the chili garlic sauce and lemon for the classic. This is just the classic hummus plate right here first. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy it right in the center there. Destroy this beautiful piece of art. But it will go to good use. Oh, yes. It's dense. It's kind of sticky, and it's really smooth and really like delicately balanced in flavor. Let me try some of the ful. And when I was in Egypt, I used to eat ful every day, multiple times per day. It's awesome. I love ful so much. Yeah, it's nice and lemony. The third dish, which is called masabaha, and it's actually way over here on this side. Masabaha is tahini with is the sesame paste, along with there's some chickpeas in here as well. I'm going from this side where there's oil and paprika. Oh, that has a totally different like texture and feel to it. As opposed to the hummus, this is more foamy and lighter. Those are the three dishes that they serve here. But it's so hard to decide which one to choose that they created a dish here that includes all three of the versions. So there's hummus in here, there's ful, and then there's the tahini with the chickpeas in it. That's masabaha. And then this is the royal trio with everything you could possibly want in the same plate. Oh yeah. It's just all the best things in one plate. Yeah, I really like eating the hummus with onions. I think it works so well. I'm dipping into that olive oil as well. Oh man, that was good. And really, yeah, when you eat there, you have to order that triple. That was the best. It all mingled together. And what I really liked about that was that it was really smooth in texture. And then it also had a really nice lemon flavor to it. Abu Hassan is right in Jaffa. And so now we're in the very old, ancient part of Jaffa. We're gonna just take a look, especially at the view. But there's some little cafes around here and restaurants. It's really picturesque though. We're walking down the stairs towards the port, and these are just ancient streets, ancient lanes, and entering into a tunnel here. This is a really ancient area, but it's been It's kind of an artistic district now, and some of the houses have been restored, and it still has a really nice atmosphere though.
Look at this. It's all fresh. They're going for... I need to do it slowly, just tell me.
This gem of a hole-in-wall in Tel Aviv is called Sabich Chernichovsky, and this is an amazing little artisan spot for serving sabich. And sabich is a Jewish Iraqi delicacy. It is a combination of hard-boiled eggs and fried eggplant within a pita, and then you can have different combinations of salad within it. You've been to one of those sandwich shops where they grab your bread and they pile in all the ingredients and they make your sandwich within like 10 seconds and you're ready to eat within 10 seconds. This place is not one of those places. He literally takes like minutes. I think it probably took at least like 5, maybe 6 or 7 minutes to make this sandwich. And he did everything with expertise, with focus, with love. He took the pita bread, he sliced it open. There are just layer upon layer of ingredients in here, and when you think he's gonna add the last layer, he keeps adding another layer. I think there's at least 2 or 3 layers of fried eggplant in here. There's an egg which he layered in so delicately. He sprinkled on some dry spice. There are about 10 different types of vegetables on here. There's some green onions and parsley and tomatoes and red cabbage. There's a variety of different sauces and some tahini, which is the sesame paste. It's colorful. It's like an entire rainbow, the full rainbow spectrum of colors within this sandwich. This is one of the more pretty sandwiches maybe I've ever seen in my life. And David has instructed me, the first thing you absolutely must have to do, you must do when you eat a sabich, is to give it a little handheld squish. And that kind of mingles all the ingredients, gets those sauces, those juices flowing. And okay, give it a little massage to get that going. I think that's good right there. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Oh, wow. Oh, that is incredible. You can taste the dry spices in there. You can actually taste the fruitiness of that mango. It's almost like a mango chutney. And what actually also really stands out in my mouth right now is the bread. The bread. It's so fluffy. It's almost like, you can almost like see those little bubbles in the bread. It's very fluffy, it's very light. The eggplant melts in your mouth. The onions are crisp. The tomatoes are wonderful. Wow. This is so incredibly good. The beauty of a sabich is all of the ingredients coming together with the sauce, with the fresh vegetables. The eggplant is key. It all comes together, and that's what makes it so beautiful. One other thing that's worth mentioning is that it gets better the further you go down. All of those sauces and all those drippings go to the bottom, and that's when you get like the juiciest, gooeyest, most flavorful bites. It's wonderful. This might be one of the best vegetarian sandwiches, things that I've ever had. Once you start eating that, you will not set it down. Just the thought of hard-boiled egg with eggplant in a pita, it doesn't sound that complex, it doesn't sound that interesting. It is, I can assure you, it is amazing. That was incredibly good, and huge respect to the owner here. He really takes pride in what he's doing. He's an artist. He's an artist. That was absolutely exceptionally good. Right next to the Sabich place is a legendary falafel restaurant. It's another hole-in-the-wall kind of spot. It's known as Falafel Johnny, and they make some of the best falafel in town. And I'm starting to get a little bit full after that hummus and after that Sabich, so I decided to go for a half here. David has explained to me that the way you've got to eat it, they give you a little falafel on the top here, a little standout falafel, and what you do, you can take a nibble of the falafel first, you can dip it into the tahini, eat this first. Oh. It's fantastic. It's so crispy, and it kind of just like crumbles in your mouth. You have to eat falafel hot. If it's cold, it's not so good. Falafel has to be eaten hot. That's nice and hot. That's crispy. That's fresh. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. I love it with the salad. The tahini is creamy and it's actually kind of rich. And then you've got that fried potato in there. The tahini mustache. Yeah, that's some really legendary falafel and it was really good. Again, kind of simple ingredients altogether, but the whole makeup of it, the tahini mixed with the falafel, with the vegetables, it all creates something fantastic. Next up, we have walked over to Carmel Market, and this is one of the main central markets, kind of flea markets in Tel Aviv. You can buy everything here from clothes to accessories, and of course there's lots of food here as well. But this is a really nice market to walk around. You can find so many different things here. You walk through first, it's all clothes and some souvenirs, and then finally you get to the food. And now we're in the food section. You mean local people? Right on one of the side lanes of the market is a restaurant called Bast, and we have just arrived here for lunch today. This is a restaurant that's well known in the market as being one of the gourmet restaurants serving really high quality dishes and really fresh produce and fresh seafood, and so we're gonna have lunch here today. They're starting us off with some side dishes or some starter dishes. This is a type of fish. This is some
the masabacha of root vegetables.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Artichoke and
oh yeah, and then he said this is albacore tuna. Oh, that is stunning. Oh, the salt on there is really, really flavorful. You've got the light onions. The olive oil is really fragrant. Wow. That tastes like, yeah, you can taste all of the nuts in there. You can taste a little bit of cumin in there. And it's very nutty. It tastes like I think it might be smoked fish, and then again, that olive oil is just impressive. It's so fragrant, and just that light amount of onions really enhances the flavor. They also brought us out a cherry salad. I don't think I've ever had a cherry salad like this. And he said there's olive oil in it, there's coriander, there's some chilies. This is amazing. I think I'm gonna double prong some cherries right now. Oh, that is one of those beautiful, naturally sweet and salty contrasts. Oh, the cherries are sweet and juicy. They've got some, you can taste some sea salt on there, and then you've got that freshness of the coriander. There's almost nothing I love better in the world than crab. It looks like lemongrass and kaffir lime leaves. And the size of these claws, oh, these are beauties. I'm just gonna dig right into this guy. I'm gonna pull off his.
these are local here from this.
These are local, okay. From the Mediterranean Sea?
Yeah, from the beach here.
Oh, I'm gonna pull off these claws. Actually, yeah, I'll eat his claw first. This, I think it's a blue swimmer crab? Blue swimmer?
It's called a blue swimmer, yeah.
A blue swimmer crab. Oh, and if you slide this out correctly, which I probably didn't do, it will come out in one nice bite. That tastes kind of like a little bit like a lemon butter sauce almost. Yeah, that's amazing. It's so fresh and so good.
This is just done.
Sauce?
They have almost no cooking in it. Just suck it. Just take it and suck this
Okay, thank
meat
you.
out of it.
Okay, this is part of the body. These are. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stunning. Yeah, that's like a butter. That's like a pure butter sauce, I think. Butter, right? Oh wow. And you can just break these up. These are crab drumsticks.
These are for people that have everything. And they love themselves.
The crab was amazing. Finished off with the crab, and now they served us one more dish for to complete our lunch, and it is a veal brain, which is deep fried and then covered in, looks like some spinach and garlic. Oh, the tenderness of that. Oh, okay. I don't think you even need a knife, actually. You could just cut this with your fork. Oh, look at the creaminess of that. Okay, take a bite with some of that garlic and some of that on top. Oh, wow. Oh, that melts in your mouth. That is extremely rich. Wow, that's insane. We just finished with lunch. That was some really high quality, really fresh ingredients, really good food. Thank you very much, David. Ying and I are just walking back home now. I'm very full and very happy, so we're gonna go take an afternoon nap, then have dinner later on. For dinner tonight, David and I are going to a restaurant that's called Pronto. David says it's one of the most refined, balanced Italian restaurants in the city, and he highly recommends it, so that's why he's bringing me here tonight for dinner. Okay, we're starting off with the first plate, which is a red snapper sashimi. It's really artfully decorated. There's some roasted chilies on there, there's some avocado, there's some herbs, I see some dill, there's some peppers, and some little flowers as well. I'm gonna try to scoop up everything, fork up everything in one bite. That melts in your mouth. Oh wow. Oh, the fish is so pure. Then that chili, that red chili is really sweet. And then you've got that creamy avocado, like a harmony of flavors.
You just take a bunch and put a lot of stuff underneath. So you have like 3 of those, 2 of those.
Okay, that looks pretty good. Next dish they have brought us is anulotti, gorgonzola stuffed inside, which is blue cheese. It's really, really rich. And then the pasta, you can taste that blue cheese flavor, but it's not overpowering. It works really well. And then you have that salty, like bacony prosciutto on top. Next dish has arrived. The base of it is very young zucchini, and then there is some blue crab, the meat of the blue crab, plus ricotta, plus some herbs, some dill on there, and then also some white wine sauce. And so what you do is you kind of get everything in one bite. You can chop up that zucchini. It's very, very tender. Wow. It's so creamy. It doesn't have a hugely strong crab flavor, but when you start chewing, you can actually, the crab starts to come out more and more, but it's subtle at first, and it's amazing. Next up is oxtail capelletti, and then there's a reduced beef and red wine sauce. Oh, that is wonderful. Melt in your mouth.
So basically this is like a red snapper that's local from the Mediterranean, really fresh. We got it this morning. And the stew under it, it's a Swiss chard with all the greens that we have in the end of the spring, right before the summer's coming and everything is dying. So we have this okra, the Thai okra, and the tortellini is filled with artichoke that we cured last winter.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is our final main dish, and it is red snapper. And you can just see when they brought it over here, you can smell that crust on the fish. You can see the black pepper on there. Oh, the texture of that fish! It's so fresh. Slightly like citrusy. You can really taste that like slightly blackened crust and the pepper in there. It has some Italian influence, it has a Mediterranean influence, it has a local influence, and lots of local ingredients, local seafood that he uses. Really impressively tasty food, and David the chef is also a really nice guy, and David also knows him very well. The day is not quite over yet. We're stopping off at one more restaurant, which is called Jasmino, which is another legendary place in Tel Aviv for their pita with grilled meat. And there's not even a sign on this restaurant. You just see the crowd of people outside. You can actually see the smoke kind of coming from this. It's almost like a shop house environment. This is really a spectacular place. There's nothing more beautiful than the smoke pouring off of a grill from grilling meat. And then once the meat is done, they pile it into a pita with some different condiments. There's some vegetables, also some roasted chilies and some roasted onions and some salad in there. And that is just another perfect handheld sandwich treat. They have a few like bar counter seating, but you mostly just stand here, you wait for your food, you can smell the aroma of the grilling meat. My kind of spot. I have to admit that I was almost getting full after dinner, but this has rejuvenated my appetite.
Thank you.
I got my pita and I got the sweetbreads. Give it a good squish to get all those things mingled. Oh, you can just feel how soft it is in your hands. It's like squishy. Oh, that sweetbread. It's so tender and so smoky. And you can taste the saltiness of that, which has been just slow grilled in that smoke. You can actually taste the smoke. Wow. That is one of the best pitas I've had so far. Again, just like with all pitas, the further you get to the bottom, the better it gets because all that sauce mingles down there. And with this particular version, all of the oils and juices of that grilled meat goes to the bottom. Oh, there's another bite right there with some of the grilled sweetbreads. And it's also worth mentioning that the pita here is insane. It's so fluffy and so soft and so spongy. Amazing. And I think we can't resist having one more. We're gonna try the sausage, and also what's on the grill they have here, which is very popular, is the kebab, which are the little patties of grilled meat. All right. This is just an extremely happy place, and this is the final. I think this is gonna be the grand finale of the evening. There's the sausage, the spicy sausage in here, plus a little patty of the kebab. Give that a good supple squeeze. The full tahini mustache. This is a great place. It's been another outstanding day of food in Tel Aviv, and today we just went around to some of David Khalifa's, some of his personal best restaurants in Tel Aviv. Some really amazing food, ending with that pita with the grilled meat. That was one of my highlights so far. I'm pretty full. That was a long day of eating in Tel Aviv. I'll leave David's link in the description box below, but he's the hungry tourist, and he knows his food very well in Tel Aviv. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. And if you're not already subscribed, click subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos. Good night, and I'll see you on the next video.